Welcome to the Stay at Home podcast.
Episode 6, V2 with sound. We did it again.
We did it again. How? Oh my gosh.
Oh my! I don't know how.
I literally have no idea.
None.
I don't know how I didn't see it moving. I don't know how I didn't see it again.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think we just got excited and then we just started filming and then
Yeah.
we jumped into it and then that was it.
Right.
Insane. Well, we gonna do it again?
Sure.
All right. So Eternals. Okay, we watched it again, and after watching it, the way the movie ended, I'm fully on board for the sequel. Yes, I'm fully on board for a sequel.
Me too.
And I'm fully on board for it because the storyline for them was actually not too bad. The movie started off really, really slow. And I forgot how slow the movie started off. But once it gets into the action and it's good. And, you know, like you said, there's like 10 characters.
Yeah, I think there is 10 characters. Yeah, 10.
Yeah, there's a total of 10. See them up there on the board. There's a total of 10 characters.
It's a lot of characters to write and put into a movie as smooth as they did.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, because we start off with seeing Ikaris and Circe.
Mm-hmm.
And then we run into Sprite.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know, the Deviants come, they killed it or whatever. They go to find Ajak. Ajak is dead. We didn't, you know, you don't know at the time that Ikaris killed her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then they go and find, who was it, Gilgamesh and Thena.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and after they get Gilgamesh and Thena, they go for Kingo.
Yeah.
And then it was Makari. They go find Makari. And then they go finally get Druig. And then after they get Druig, is the last one I think was Phastos, or was Phastos before Druig? Or was Phastos before Makari? Before they went to the ship?
I don't know. It doesn't.
I don't remember. It doesn't really matter.
I think Makari was the last one
You know what?
because she was in the ship.
She was the last one. You're right, because when they came up to that area right there, they pulled the ship out of the ground.
Mm-hmm. I think she was the last one.
Yeah. And so the way the movie ended, you see the Celestial, the main Celestial, right? He said that they are going to be judged.
Mm-hmm.
So you know he's going to come back.
Yeah.
You saw Ikaris go into the sun, but you never seen him die.
Mm-hmm.
You literally just saw him go into the sun. There was no explosion when he went in there.
No.
There was like nothing. There was like nothing crazy happened. Like you didn't see him just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Thanos fucking erased everybody type stuff. You know what I mean? You didn't see any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it can go a couple of ways, right? I think it can go where they team up together, the rest of them, right? They all come together. They go to other planets and they go and like they just start killing all these other Celestials in this planet to save these other planets.
Yeah.
That's what they go do. That's their mission, right? And then the main Celestial catches up to them and like is about to kill him, but Ikaris comes out of the sun and is like, oh hell no. And then boom, right there.
You think he's just chilling in the sun?
I think he's just chilling in the sun. You know, he may not be having a good time, but he's chilling in there. You know, he might come out looking like me, a little dark.
Oh my.
But like, I think that's what could happen. You know what I mean? That's what I think that could happen. And then I think another way of it is they go out and either they join the Avengers, they help the Avengers, or they find the other Eternals and team up with them, and they go kick some butt. But there's different. Oh man, there's a couple different ways they can go with it. They can go kill the main Celestial, or the main Celestial. What I was saying in the in our previous session, which you guys didn't hear. The Deviants. That big Deviant.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
He died, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. He did die.
Athena killed
him in the cave.
She sliced him up.
Yeah. But what's to say the Celestial doesn't create more of them and send them after the Eternals?
That'd be pretty crazy. Imagine if the Celestial made a team of Eternals just to kill Eternals.
Right? Oh man. That would actually be kind of
like Eternal Civil War.
Right? But that would be actually kind of fun to watch. Especially if they're like all yoked up. Because then it would all powered up, because then it would take all of them as a team to destroy them. Because they don't have Gilgamesh anymore to like knock him out.
Yeah.
They won't have Sprite, because Sprite is a real person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so they're already down what, 3?
Yeah,
people?
so
4 people.
4 people. So they don't have the brutality anymore. They don't have the big brute, and they don't have the illusionist. So they don't have Sprite too,
and they don't have the great value Superman,
right?
Of Icarus.
Right. They don't have Icarus over there to help them out. So they're kind of like really short-handed.
I think Athena is the only fighting one left, right? Or no, the fast one.
Kingo.
Oh yeah, Kingo's left. I forgot about Kingo.
Yeah, Kingo can fight. What does Circe do?
She like turns stuff into other stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She like turns rock into water, like
water
into rock or something.
Oh yeah, because she turned one of those deviants into like that tree. Yeah, and that's how she saved herself in that water. Because she was about to be murdered in there.
Yeah,
and then Makari. What does Makari do?
She's super fast.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's like the great value
Flash.
Basically. It's funny because talking about this now, it's just like, all right, now you can see how the Eternals wasn't a popular comic book.
Yeah, because there was a lot of like copycats.
Yeah, but when I say like I don't know anything about the Eternals comic book, so I was able to enjoy the movie and the storyline that they had because I didn't pay attention to the comic book. I never read the comic book. I don't know anything about the comic book. So it's easier for me as a Marvel fan to enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
The people that don't like it and thought the movie was stupid and they don't want to see any of it ever again, it's probably because they read the damn comic book or they knew the storyline prior to the movie coming out.
Yeah.
You know? Like Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know Guardians of the Galaxy either. I never read their comic book. It wasn't that popular in my area.
Yeah, I've never read any comic book.
You know? So like for me, it's like, okay, well, I never read that comic book. I don't know the comic book. So the storyline for me, Marvel can do whatever they want.
It'll make you happy.
It'll make me happy because I don't know the storyline like that.
Yeah.
You know? And what's crazy about it is even as a kid, right? So as a kid, you have the X-Men comic books, right? And so many things happen in the X-Men comic books. And then you get the X-Men cartoon that came out. The X-Men cartoon somewhat followed the comic book storyline, but didn't fully follow it.
Yeah.
And we still as kids enjoyed it. We enjoyed reading that and we enjoyed watching the cartoon.
Did you know they're making another season of the cartoon?
No.
Yeah, they are. They're making another season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think it's called X-Men 95 or 98 or something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
From like the time period it came out in or something? Yeah. Yeah. But like, so, whatchamacallit? You know, so I think people need to get over that kind of stuff and realize that things change for movies.
Right.
Things change for entertainment value. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And people got to get away from the expectation of this is going to be exactly by the comic book storyline. They're not going to do that. There's entertainment value in a lot of the stuff, and I would love to see them completely follow a comic book storyline in some things, but like not. I mean, I don't think it has to be like everything.
Right. I loved like the design of the characters. Like I loved their costumes, and I loved like the gold accents, and I loved how all their powers were like gold.
Yeah,
I just liked how cohesive it was.
yeah,
Like it made them feel like they were all one species.
yeah, one species, one team. You know what I mean? They were
Yeah.
all on the same. They were all fighting for the same. Was it same species?
I think
guess,
that's
you know?
something that Marvel does really well is that they like color code abilities really good. Like Wanda's magic is red.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange's is almost always orange, and then like Celestials were kind of like a golden color.
Yeah.
I think they do a good job at that.
Now you can kind of tell when you see them in the movies when they come together.
Yeah, like it makes it easier to
I
differentiate.
differentiate, yeah.
Yeah.
So, another question. So, what do you think? What direction do you think that they could go for the second Eternals movies? Like, where do you think it would go?
I think they're gonna convert more Eternals to their cause.
Yeah.
I think that's where they're gonna go, but that's mostly because they had a post-credit scene.
With them finding the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I shut the movie off like right after it was over. So
Yeah.
we didn't get to see that. And
I
that was
saw-
and that was only my second time watching the movie.
Yeah.
So I forgot the wait or fast forward and watch it. You know what I mean? So I might have to go back and take a look at that one and see. But that's what a third like direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there's plenty they can do.
Fighting the Celestials sending the Deviants,
Mm-hmm.
and then them teaming up with other Eternals to save planets.
Right. I want to see a oh my gosh, Thena fight Kane in the Avengers. I hope they include the Eternals in the Avenger movie.
I would hope they do too. I really would hope they would do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think Eternals 2 is confirmed, even though a lot of people don't want it. I think it was confirmed. I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was confirmed.
Yeah, I just never heard of it. I never heard of the second one coming out, so I was just like, "Come on, man! Like y'all can make this better." But for me personally, the movie took so long to build up to the action that yes, I wanted another one, but it wasn't one of those like one of those movies that I was like anticipating a second one.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those like, to me it was obvious at the end of the movie that there was going to be a second one,
Yeah.
and they made it to where they could take it this way, that way. They could twist the story around.
Mm-hmm.
They can swirl it around and do some crazy stuff in there.
I just wonder if the next time we see them, if it's going to be the next Eternals movie or if it's going to be the Avengers movie.
Well, you got to remember they did the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So Guardians of the Galaxy had a cameo in those movies before this third one even came out.
Right. That's what I'm wondering. I want the Eternals to be part of the Avengers, but I'm scared because of the backlash that they might not be.
Yeah. So maybe, I mean, they're on the same planet as the Avengers, so I don't see why they wouldn't team up with the Avengers. And it's funny to me because this Celestial was going to come out of the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you remember how they made the excuse to where they couldn't interfere with human affairs,
Mm-hmm.
right? So where were the Avengers when the planet was about to go down?
Nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere to be seen.
That is kind of weird that all happened and the Avengers were nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, they didn't show up.
But to be fair, the Avengers is disbanded. But it still makes no sense that Doctor Strange wouldn't like portal and be like, "What the hell's going on over here?"
Yeah, like if Strange would have came out and said like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it does make it weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he knows what's going on. He can see things.
There's
He
a
can
giant head and hand poking out of the ocean. Remember?
Yeah.
Of the Eternal, and like no one's gonna mention that.
No one, nothing. Like nobody's gonna be like,
What the heck is that?
What is that? What the heck is going on over here?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I think they could have planned that better.
Right? They could have made a better excuse why they didn't help.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they probably should have had an Avenger or two show up somewhere.
Yeah, I think Marvel needs to do more like crossovers.
I think so too. Because if you're gonna make all these movies and you have this Marvelverse or Marvel universe that has so many different layers and timelines, then they really need to like stitch them together to where they mesh very well.
Yeah, like I think there needs to be more crossing over into different movies to make it make more sense.
Because right now this movie is like here and it doesn't connect.
Yeah.
There's a gap.
That's why I'm wondering if the Eternals are going to show up in the next Avengers movie or in their next sequel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know either. I would hope that they would show up in the next Avengers movie, because that would show the fans that the Eternals aren't going away and that they're going to have something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know what would happen on Earth for them to do that, because they already killed the Celestial body in Earth. But you already know that the Celestial is going to come back to judge.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the second movie.
So I think when the Celestial comes back to judge them, does that wake up the Avengers?
Honestly,
and they come help?
Honestly, in my opinion, I think the next Avengers movie would be a lot better if they were fighting a Celestial.
Yeah.
Because that would make so much sense to bring everyone together. Now, Kang, one person, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I know, like, in the comics, he's, like, crazy powerful and, like, stuff. But honestly, like, I don't understand how Kang is going to be the reason that everyone needs to help.
Right? I don't think so either. But honestly, that would be actually really cool to see. Like, if you think about it, the Celestial comes down, the Avengers are like, what the F?
Yeah.
And then the Eternals are like, no, we got this. And then they kind of like do that whole we're this, we're that.
Hold on, Mama's calling me.
Where did we leave off at?
The Eternals and the Avengers fighting the Celestial.
Oh yeah, so what I'm thinking, right, is the Eternals and the Avengers come together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're both like doing that A-type personality where we're the bad A's, you know what I mean? We're the bad boys. We're the baddest. We're the best. We're the best.
Yeah.
But then they have to like come together to take down the Celestial.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good Avengers movie.
It would be. I think it would be. It'd be a good Avengers movie, and then that'll bring the Eternals in and give the Eternals some more power behind them. You know.
Yeah. Although I don't know how that would involve the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know either, unless they need. I don't know what they would need. I don't know what they would need.
But I don't even know if the Guardians of the Galaxy is still a team after the third movie, because we haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it yet. We will see it. We will see it.
I don't even know if they're gonna be a team.
Yeah, we have to watch it.
I've heard it's really good, but that's all I've heard.
Yeah, I know. I've stayed away from everything Guardians of the Galaxy.
Me too.
I've stayed away from all. Didn't even try to look it up. Nothing. I don't want it spoiled.
I don't want it spoiled either.
I don't want it spoiled. Yeah. All right, so we did talk about the next one we're gonna do.
Yeah, we're thinking Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Because a lot of people don't like that movie.
Yeah, I mean, thinking Captain Marvel, a lot of people didn't like it, and I don't think they liked it because it was a female character. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you still have a lot of people that still think like that. So, I think they want to see the Hulks, the Captain Americas. They want to see the Iron Man. They want to see the dudes out there, you know, kicking butt. They don't really care too much for the ladies, and that has a lot to do with society before and how the comic books were written back. Even when I was a kid, it was mostly A-type personalities in the comic books, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So the comic books that I read, all the ones that I read, if you saw someone come in there, a female come in there, it was every now and then they'd have like a little cameo, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. Batwoman, was it, or Catwoman, whatever I think it was, and then you got like Supergirl, something. I can't remember the other girl's name, but you had a few of them that came in every now and then, and some of them even have their own comic books, but they weren't as popular as the others.
Right.
You know, because even then, back then in that society, like little girls weren't reading comic books.
Yeah.
So little girls weren't reading of Wonder Woman comic book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a lot of the boys reading the comic books. You know what I mean? The girls were playing with dolls and other things or whatever. You know what I mean? So that type of society was still kind of there, changing, but still kind of there. You know, still evolving, and still evolving today. But you know, society eventually come around. But I think that's why that movie got pooped on, just like the other movie with the two chicks and the dad. I can't even remember the name of the movie now. Man, I can't remember it.
Two chicks and a dad.
Yeah.
What two chicks?
Oh man, that one girl that comes in all the time and she always does that little.
Oh, Black Widow.
Yeah.
Oh.
She always does that crazy thing.
Yeah.
But her and her sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Well, Black Widow's dead.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but like people didn't enjoy that movie because it was about them two.
Yeah, it is kind of sad how that works.
Yeah, and they were upset because they didn't see more of the dad fight or really do anything. He was just kind of there.
I'm a little worried that people aren't going to like Ahsoka for the same reason.
I think Star Wars fans are different though. Star Wars fans are used to Princess Leia. They're used to.
That's true.
They're used to leading female actors in Star Wars movies.
Right. That's
so
true.
they it's been bred into the series since the beginning.
Because in my opinions, the newer Star Wars were nowhere near as good, and it had nothing to do with the lead being female.
Yeah.
But some of the Marvel movies, I think that the female leads are just as good, and people hate them just because they're females.
Yeah, but it's just it's a different audience. The Star Wars audience was born with that built in already.
Yeah.
The Marvel and the comic book thing from the early days was not built in.
Right. That's true.
They weren't trickled in as much. And you still have those old fans that are still around, and they don't like it because that's how they were raised.
I just think it's funny because so many people don't like Captain Marvel because they say she's too powerful. She's OP. She's just like a Mary Sue. But what about Superman? Superman is super powerful and makes no sense.
Right.
Like, what is the difference?
Superman was like the ultimate superhero. Like, nothing was going to take him down.
Like, what is the difference?
Right.
Like, I don't understand why everyone hates Captain Marvel when... Like, I just don't get it. Like, what is the difference?
No one wants to see the female of Steel.
Yeah.
They want the Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
At least, like, it's always like
Right.
that.
But then again, I'm telling you, it's like bred into the culture. Star Wars culture has female leading characters built into it from the beginning.
Right.
From the beginning. These comic books, like Marvel stuff,
Didn't have it built in.
not built in.
That makes sense.
And you saw what they did with the Eternals when I showed you the comic book pictures from the Eternal characters.
They were like all guys except for Athena.
Yeah. They changed, like, even, who was it? Cersei. Was it Cersei? It was Cersei, Sprite, were different characters. Oh, Makari.
Makari, Sprite, Ajak were
all male.
Yeah.
We're all male characters.
Well, I don't even know if Cersei was an Eternal at all. I don't remember, but
I don't think she was because she wasn't in that group.
yeah.
I don't think Gilgamesh was in that group either.
If you're wondering why we're looking this way, we have like a cheat sheet
We have a cheat sheet right here.
about all their names because there's
Right.
too many names.
There's too many names. There's 10 of them.
There's
10 of them. and we don't know too much about them, so we had to learn like a lot about them. So we have the stuff up here.
Yeah.
This is our screen. This is our help, our guide. But yeah, so comic book difference to movie difference is always a difference. I think people just need to, I don't know, they just need to, I guess, accept the change.
Yeah.
Because, like I was saying earlier, like a book, a movie, and a TV series, and you know what I mean? They're all going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be something different about them. They're not going to be able to maintain the same storyline to keep the same viewers. You know what I mean? Because there's only so many times you could tell the same story in different forms that people are going to enjoy.
Yeah.
You know? People are going to want something different.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to find a way to meet your audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of movies nowadays are starting to be made towards more how towards society is conforming today, and it's conflicting with people that are used to the old society. So the older fans are upset, and the younger fans are like, "This is cool."
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I
You
liked
know?
the Eternals, but I know a lot of people didn't.
Right? But I mean, a lot of people didn't like Captain Marvel either.
A lot more people didn't like Captain Marvel.
You know. But Eternals definitely deserves a second movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. Even if we see him again in just a cameo, that'll give me hope that Marvel is working on getting them their own second movie.
I think they already greenlit a second movie. I think
That would be cool. But what would be really cool is if they actually teamed up with
the Avengers.
the Avengers.
I think they
like
will.
not call it an Avengers movie, call it the Eternals 2 or something, whatever they're going to call it.
Oh.
Call it the Eternal. It's an Eternals movie.
Oh, but it has the Avengers.
The
in
Avengers make the cameo,
it. That would be interesting.
and they like butt heads, but then they defeat everybody.
That would be interesting.
That would be cool
That would be cool.
because then that would help out. That would help the Eternals cast, the Eternals characters out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they did a really good job of putting the Eternals movie like together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took forever to get to the action because you got 10 characters you got to introduce.
Yeah, that's a really hard thing to do is write in 10 characters.
Yeah, they wrote in 10 characters in one movie and still made a good movie.
It's
out
pretty impressive.
of it. Yeah.
I
So
feel like a lot of people don't give them enough credit for that.
I know, right? Like, yes, it was boring in the beginning, but I mean, they got down to the action. They fought. There was all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of stuff going on. They built a lot into that one movie.
And I thought their fighting was pretty creative.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't bad. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when Athena finally killed, not Athena, I don't know why I keep saying Athena, but Athena, when she finally took out that deviant,
She sliced him up.
oh man, she chopped him up. She chopped him up good. She like quartered his head.
Yeah.
He just went,
I loved her as a character. She was my favorite.
yeah. Oh, do you think they fix her mind?
I think they'll fix her mind.
Could you imagine how powerful she would be after her mind is fixed?
Yeah, I think they did that to her to put her down for the movie. Like, I think they made her have that mind thing so to explain why she couldn't take down what's his face?
The Celestial?
Icarus.
Oh, Icarus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool if they fix her mind, though.
I think they will in the second one.
Maybe,
Either that or she dies.
Maybe. So check it out. Maybe when they meet up with the Avengers, the Hulk, because he's a scientist,
Fixes her head.
fixes her brain,
That'd be pretty crazy.
fixes her mind,
That would be pretty crazy.
because the Hulk, you know, maybe the Hulk and Athena get into it, and then they let him know like what the hell's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then he works his little magic in his lab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then fixes it. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Cool way to do it. Cool way to like intermingle the team too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before they go fight the big battle. He
Yeah.
fixes her brain and then she's able to just mop the floor with him.
That would be amazing.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Shoot. All right. Well, we'll watch Captain Marvel, and then we'll review that one. Also, this guy started a TikTok,
Oh yeah.
and then we're gonna post some more shorts because you guys are gonna hear a lot of snoring, and the snoring is because we have pugs in the studio with us, and they're sleeping, and they're very, very loud. So I will do a short introducing these meatheads, and then if you guys have things you want us to talk about or do or review for the TikToks or the shorts, send it in. And if it's not too crazy, then we'll go ahead and do it, or we'll try it.
Yeah.
I know you're not going to be excited, but if you have something crazy to do, hey, let us know. Anything. Well, not anything, because there are limits.
Mm-hmm.
There are limits. But send us some crazy stuff. Send us some stuff. We're going to go do it. And then we'll post it on TikTok and the YouTube Shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Sounds good.
You ready to end this show?
Sure.
You ready to let these people get back to their normal lives?
Sure.
Sounds good. All right. Love you guys. Hey, look, check it out. Make sure you guys like, share, tweet, all that stuff. Get us out there. Put us out there in the market. You know, we like to be out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, thanks for watching
Thank
or
you.
listening, whichever way you're doing it. Thank you. All right.
Bye.
Deuces.